Garage, the program that each week introduces you to and shows you how to install the latest and exciting and innovative products for your vehicle. Motorhead Garage is presented by NHOU Protective Coatings. Now here's your host, Dave Dobson.
Welcome to Motorhead Garage, presented by NHOU Protective Coatings. Check this out. This is the human hoist from Personal Positioning Technologies. They were made famous by this chair. This allows folks that have been injured to get back on the job. And folks who do this every day, they can prevent injury by using this chair. And that's kind of the motive behind your new chair here, Steve. This is the Power Shop Stool.
Correct.
Tell me how this stool works and why you guys came up with it.
Very, very simple. Two buttons, you press both down buttons, it takes you completely down to the floor.
All the way down to the floor.
Press the other two buttons, it brings you all the way back up.
Cool.
26 inches high. It's nice and high, so you don't have to exert yourself to get up, kind of roll up and out of it.
That's what folks who do this every day don't really think about. You know, you go to work day after day, maybe you're a body man or a mechanic and you're working all day getting up and down, maybe down to your creeper or all the way down to the bottom of the vehicle. How is this changing lives for people who are buying these?
These are the hardest working guys. They're up and down all day long, and this makes it easier to do your job. You're not as tired at the end of the day. You're not wearing your knees and your hips and your ankles.
And it's a repetitive motion that you found really contributes to injuries later in life.
That up and down all the time and on one knee and doing all this. So what we do is we're putting people in the right position to do their job.
Who are the folks that you see that are really interested in this chair?
Everybody. Auto mechanics. We've got people in plants where they build electrical cabinets. They get down and are able to work on things. Machine repair. Just about any place that you need to work under or around something. That's what we do, personal positioning.
When you go to talk to people in different industries, how much do you find that people are sort of being the tough guy? They're afraid to use something like, oh, I don't need it. How much of that do you find?
We see that, yeah. The guys, mid to late 20s, good shape. I don't need that. Those are the guys in 20 years that are going to be saying, hey, my knees, my hips.
What are you hearing from folks who've used this chair and it's changed their lives?
The biggest thing I hear is I'm not tired at the end of the day. We've had employees that were at a job for a long time, fearing that they may have to go out on disability, and we can keep them at that job. And a lot of folks are able to come back from an injury quicker.
And then how much do you see employers looking at this for their employees?
Employers look at it from an entirely different standpoint. They can prevent injury, they reduce the risk of injury. You're not doing those same things over and over and over. We also improve productivity and improve quality. If you're reaching hard and trying to get up and tighten a bolt, you may or may not get it right, you may or may not cross-thread it, you may or may not get it torqued properly. So if you can be in the proper position where you can see what you're doing, do your job.
Gotcha. And the chair, how do we know it's going to last through all this repetitive motion?
They're all engineered and built here in the United States. The big chair is built in Bay City, Michigan. All steel construction. It's got a maintenance-free motor. We use a removable battery, comes with a battery and chargers. So we know that this is a durable piece that'll last for a long time.
This has a feature that I really love, the tool tray that you have on the side.
Yeah, it's something that we developed. This is the expandable tool tray. It's out of your way when you're not using it, but when you do need a place to hold your tools or parts.
That is so cool. And what kind of activity is this replacing? You're doing all kinds of stuff with your body all day long. This eliminates a lot of that.
Basically bending, stooping, and crawling. Anytime that you've got to get down on one knee, anytime that you've got to get down underneath and sit and work on something, a hub, a brake, anything like that, this is what that does.
And now let's move on to the human hoist, the chair that made you guys famous.
Yep.
Who's using this?
That's our flagship product. We've got those in aircraft manufacturers, agricultural equipment manufacturers, truck plants. It's very similar to the stool, but it also allows you to lie down. So you can get underneath something, again, supported with adjustable headrest, backrest, put you in the proper position to do your job.
And for folks who've been injured on the job or off the job, how does this get them back to work quicker?
We've actually had a couple places where somebody was injured and laboring to do their job. So once they got their human hoist, they found that they were able to do their job better, faster, all that stuff. And then after surgery, they were able to actually come back earlier.
And you guys have told me a lot of companies are using these to rehabilitate some of their employees as well.
That's correct. In the instance where you've got someone with limited or restricted lower limb mobility, they can go back out in the shop and do the work that they were doing before.
How are insurance companies looking at this chair?
At this point, we're hoping that they'll entertain this as a way to cut their costs, eliminate their risk. If you can put somebody on this when they're 20 or 30 years old, they'll work their entire career without having to have a new hip put in or have a new knee put in.
And people say if you think it's expensive to stay healthy, you ought to see how expensive it is to be sick or to be unwell.
Yeah. Absolutely, yeah. The cost of a knee I've got, I think, 2012 figures, but the cost of a knee is like $58,000. A hip is $36,000, something like that. So these are a very expensive piece of machinery. They're all stainless steel, aluminum bronze pins, very highly engineered, made to last a lifetime. So yes, they are expensive, but when you compare that to the cost of having a joint replaced and the pain and the time down and all that stuff, and from employer perspective, if you've got an employee that you've had for years on a job and you've got to take them out of that workforce for 3 months, how do you replace that guy? This is a guy that's got all the knowledge and stuff. It benefits everybody. It's a win-win-win. And now we have a new product that we've introduced, the mobile shop chair. All the features of the human hoist, but it drives.
And a chair like that's perfect for folks with more extreme mobility issues, of course.
Absolutely.
These chairs from PPT can change your life. They can change the life of your employees. Check them out at humanhoist.com. We'll be right back with more Motorhead Garage presented by NHOU Protective Coatings. I promise.